guys! Whoa. Hi guys. So you're in bed with me again. Remember back in Vlogtober? Good times. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys for a few minutes about dreams and not like, ooh, what do I want to do with my life dreams, like sleepy time dreams. Now, from what I've heard and read, most people when they dream, number one, they don't remember what they dream at all. And that if they do remember a dream, usually they dream very mundane, normal, everyday things. And that the really bizarre, crazy dreams are not very normal, and that a lot of people only have those kinds of dreams like when they're really stressed or like under the influence of medication. Like I know my one friend has crazy dreams every single time she takes Benadryl, stuff like that. I, however, have crazy dreams pretty much every night, and I remember them a lot. Like, I remember so many dreams I've had over my life, and some of them are just so unbelievably bizarre and crazy, and every now and then I'll have a dream that I don't really remember at all, but usually I can remember at least part of it, and if I want to remember it, I just focus on remembering it, and I will, because usually I want to tell somebody about this crazy dream, either because they were in it, or there's something happened in it that I know they're going to think is funny. So, I was just wondering, number one, if that is the same situation with you guys. What if you're more towards the supposed norm, that you don't really remember your dreams at all, or that you don't dream, or that when you do dream, it's just really like normal, everyday, mundane stuff, or if it's more along the lines of me, like you're having crazy dreams all the time, and how often you remember them along those lines. So please leave a comment below, or even a video response, and maybe share some of your crazy dreams. And I wanted to share some of my dreams with you. Now, sometimes they're not necessarily so crazy, but just like funny and odd, and I've had a couple of those recently. Most recently, I think it was the night before last, I dreamt that I was living in Nashville, Tennessee, and I was friends with Landon Austin. If you've been watching me for any length of time, you've heard me talk about him. If you haven't, he's a YouTuber. You can find him on YouTube, Landon Austin. You should go check him out. But yeah, I was living in Nashville. I was friends with Landon. We were hanging out, and he's doing a spring tour right now. So, in my dream, he was getting ready to head out for a couple weeks for, you know, some of these tour dates. And I had made him some cookies to take with him on tour while he was gone, and he wouldn't take my cookies. And I mean, he wasn't even being mean about it. Like, he's just like, no, I'm not gonna take the cookies, you know. I don't even remember the reason why, but he was just, like, being nice, and, like, he just he wasn't gonna take the cookies. And I got so mad and so upset. Like, why won't you take my cookies, Landon? I said, why won't you take my cookies? I make good cookies. And then we were, like, fighting about it, and I was like, I don't even want to be your friend if you're not going to eat my cookies. And a lot of the times, my dreams involve stuff that I've been thinking about recently or right before I go to bed, and lately I've been listening to Landon's music a lot lately, and he's been asking his fans what cities to add tour dates in, and, you know, I've been working to try and get him to come to Detroit, and a lot of YouTuber musicians anyways, when they do these gigs and they go on tour, these small little shows, their fans will bring them presents and food. And before, Landon has said don't send him food in his P.O. box because he's not going to eat it. So I was wondering if he was on tour, if I brought him cookies, if he would eat them, because I make really good cookies, and I would love to give some cookies to Landon Austin. Oh boy. So I'm sure that's where that all comes from. I mean, it makes sense. But I just thought it was so funny. Like, I was so upset that he wouldn't take my cookies. And then, like, maybe a month ago, I had a dream that I was working in a daycare, and John Green and Landon Austin were also working there. John had some of the kids, and in order to keep them entertained, he was reading to them. normal. If you know who John Green is, that makes sense. I mean, not normal, but it makes sense knowing who John Green is. And Landon Austin was in charge of some of the kids, and he was playing his guitar and singing for them, and they were having a dance party to keep them occupied. Again, like, it makes sense. And then I was working. I had my share of the kids, and we were doing, like, educational blah, blah, blah stuff. And I was really angry that I had to take care of these kids because I just wanted to hang out with John and Landon. Like, I wanted to fangirl. And inside I was fangirling. And I was just, like, so angry at these kids who had no control. And I was just like, this sucks. I work at this daycare with John Green and Landon Austin, and I can't even hang out with them. And let's see, one of the crazier ones. I remember when I was 5. I remember a dream from when I was 5. In the dream, I woke up and I couldn't find my mom anywhere. And so I went and I was wandering around town looking for her. But everybody in town had suddenly turned into a monster, and I was really scared. So I ended up in this diner that we went to all the time, and it was filled with monsters, like werewolves and Frankensteins and vampires and other stuff. And I was really scared, and I was hoping nobody would see me because I was so small. And then a Frankenstein started to talk to me, and again I was really scared, but he ended up being really nice and explaining how everybody was nice and normal and nobody wanted to hurt me, and they would help me find my mom. So Frankenstein and Dracula helped me find my mom. So that's an interesting dream for a 5-year-old to have, and I don't know why as a 5-year-old I knew about Frankenstein and Dracula, except for the fact that I grew up an only child and all around adults, and I always had access to things that I probably shouldn't have at that age, but anyways. And when I was like 10, I had a dream that Chucky killed my entire family so that he could steal me, so that I could sell candy for him door to door from a little red wagon. You know, the little red wagons you used to pull? Because nobody's gonna buy candy from Chucky. Hello. So he needed me to help him make this money and sell candy for him. And I wasn't selling very much candy because I was so sad and just crying all the time. And every time I would go door to door and tell these people what was going on, nobody would believe me because, number one, Chucky was just a made-up story, and number two, I was a kid that thought I was just playing games, and they thought the whole candy thing was just like a cute. Nobody would believe me. And then Chucky was getting really mad because I wasn't making any money for him. So he said that he would bring back one member of my family from the dead if I made him enough money, and that if I made enough money after that, he would let me and my family member go. And I don't remember what happened in the rest of the dream, but I just remember thinking, God, Chucky? Like, I never even really watched Chucky as a kid. It was really scary. But of course I knew about him. And then when I was 15, I had a dream that I had sex with a faceless man, and I got pregnant, and I gave the baby up for adoption to a lovely Swedish couple. And then I decided I wanted my baby back, and they wouldn't give me my baby back, so me and my friends built a spaceship. And not like a rocket ship, like an alien-type UFO spaceship, to fly across the water and go steal the baby. So me and my friends and a bunch of people, I don't even know who, including Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, fly over to Sweden to get my baby. And these people lived in a big glass house on a lake, and the UFO was parked on a lake, and on the lake, like, and we had a little walkway down to the ground, and so we're all running out, and you can't sneak into a glass house. So, all these security guards start coming out of nowhere, and everybody's fighting just hand-to-hand stuff, but I managed to get my baby, and we're winning. We're taking out the security guards, we're taking them down, and we start to retreat, and it's good, clean, and then a whole new wave of security guards come out, and Spike kind of sacrifices himself. Now, he didn't die in the dream, but I was saying, Spike, come on, you gotta go, we're not leaving you, we can't leave you, you've been with me this whole time, helping me. He's like, no, you gotta take your baby, and you gotta leave. I'll be fine, I'll get out, and I'll get back to you. You just go. And so we all get into our spaceship, and Spike is fighting this legion of security guards, Swedish security guards, all by himself. Yeah. So, just hit the 10-minute mark, so I'm gonna end it here. But I think I'm gonna start a little series, and tell you guys some more of my crazy dreams that I've had in the past, because, there's so many more. And, telling you about any new crazy dreams I might have, so there's my ramblings for the day. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. And hey, maybe leave me a video response about your dream situation and anything you want to share. So, bye guys. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye. Know who's that from?